Yo, did you hear the good news?
What's the good news, buddy?
That if you are one of those poor, unfortunate souls, for whatever reason, has not been smart enough or able to grab tickets to Hackamania in Las Vegas coming up next week, you could stream it.
You can stream it now.
That's the good news, everybody. You could still stream it. If you go to hackamania.com, you could order your streaming package, or you could still get your tickets with the promo code CREEP.
Yeah, I was listening to Melton this morning talk about it. I think it comes out to like 23 or 24 bucks when you use the promo code. That is a steal with the amount of content we're putting out that weekend.
So, folks, if you want to support what we're doing and you can't make it, hackamania.com, promo code CREEP. We truly appreciate that. Karl, are you ready to do a creep off?
I am, buddy.
Me too.
Let's go.
You're listening to the Karl Network.
Attention parents, what you're about to see is not suitable for kids. Shoot, it's not even suitable for some grown-ups. You might want to walk away now if you ain't into these type of things.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock.
I'm going to deliver the goods because I'm alive and I'm not backing down.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Guess where you just got into? Cool guy zone.
Disgusting, vomit-inducing thing.
Hola, creepos. Welcome to another episode of your favorite true crime podcast, the show about creeps, by creeps, for you creeps. I'm your host. My name is Vinnie, and joining me, as always, it's my good buddy. He doesn't look happy. You look like you're seasick or something today. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Oh, I look fantastic. You kidding me?
Okay.
I can also see what I look like on the video screen here, Vinny, and it's amazing. It's amazing how I look today.
And you like throwing the term narcissist around on other people, do you?
So yesterday, summer finally happened, and I was driving down to the lake with my wife, and I go, so tomorrow I got to go into the comedy club, and what the owners like to do there is turn off the air conditioning Monday through Wednesday. So that's gonna be fun.
Does it feel too warm in here for you?
It's a little steamy. It's a little
Really?
steamy in here.
Really?
Yeah,
I
Like-
weigh a lot more than you.
I don't know if
feel
that's true
fine.
anymore. I don't know. I think we're coming close.
Are we both like heading the wrong way?
Yeah, no, I think one of us is going the wrong way. One's
Yeah.
going the right way.
We're going to
Yeah.
intersect at some
I think
point.
we're about to intersect.
Wow, I feel good about that. I'm going to the gym right after the show today.
Oh,
and I'm gonna
motherfucker.
be smiling ear to ear
I'm
because of you for that.
I'm going to jog home from here after the show today. When I saw people commenting on the Isotopes video and saying, this guy calls Vinny fat, I'm like, oh, fuck me. I know that makes you so happy. It makes you so happy.
Well, listen, man, not for nothing. I get a lot of shit. Everybody's super chatting and saying, play the Vinny's Fat song.
Oh, you want to hear the Vinny's fat song? Oh, yeah. No, I have that. That's cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vinny's fat around. He has to weigh at least 600 pounds. Vinny's fat around. He can barely reach his pubic mound. Vinny's fat.
What's got you laughing today?
Well, what's got me laughing is the fact that that song holds no power over me anymore. And whenever you play it,
Oh, wow.
it just makes you a hypocrite.
That's all.
Hypocrisy, please.
That's all it took was one compliment. Now Vinny thinks he's the skinniest man in the world. Okay. That's
When I
fun.
stand sideways, you think I was gone, people.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm not you. I'm not a narcissist. All right, folks. We got a great episode of the Creep Off lined up for you. Summer is here in Rochester, and everybody's working in their gardens this week. I know I was all weekend, so we decided our category is going to be
You were working
creepiest.
in your garden all weekend?
Yeah, we planted flowers. And stuff
Gay. Hey, Vinny, you were working in your garden?
with my
That's
wife.
the gayest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I was doing yard work and shit.
Uh-huh.
My garden's in my yard, so it's yard work. Oh, man. I might as well just start going to the clubs. God damn it.
Well, when we start get some Vinny sightings.
At the gardening
at
clubs?
the clubs.
At the gardening clubs?
I'll let you know.
All right. Well, let's find out who won last week's wild card episode. Joining us to tell us all about it and give us the results, it's our creep girl.
Danny, reading results so dandy. Please post that fanny all over the Patreon. Danny, that body's so uncanny. Voice smooth like lemon shandy. Oh yeah, she's my creep girl.
You know who's jealous of your song, Danny?
Who?
Kindy. Kindy's like, why don't I have a song to come on to? And I said, I don't know that you're getting the right camera angle, Kindy. I think that might be the problem.
I felt pretty special about me being made a song. It was amazing.
Well, Karl, just a quick note from our friend and host of another show on the WATP network, Christian Blatt, says Vinny should get a bird feeder like a real man.
That's right. Yes, I like to feed birds, and my wife and I like to watch the rabbits that jump around in their yard. That's what masculine guys do. That's what us real men are up to on a weekend.
Okay. Oh, no. Don't call her this. So the greater good called you Dial Up Danny.
Okay.
Dial Up Danny back again. Your internet's working this time, everybody. This is exciting.
It is.
All right. We're wasting too much time. Danny, you are our results girl. You come on to read the results. Of course, this show is a contest. Every single week, Vinny and I compete to find out who can bring the biggest creep in a different category. And what was the category last week?
Wild card.
It was a wild card. That's right. So it was any creep we wanted to pick. And you guys all went to thecreepup.com and voted for who you thought brought the bigger creep. And Danny is here to tell us who won last week's episode. I do not like the smile on Vinny's face right now.
Okay, 53% of the vote.
Close.
The winner is Vinny. Vinny Paulino.
Are you sure I don't have 54%? You check those numbers again. I don't think that's right.
Vinny won.
Karl, do you know what that means?
One more for the good guys.
I think I'm on is this a 6 in a row that I've lost?
It might be.
I'm on some kind of streak right now. Holy shit.
Yeah, I have been on fire and I hope to continue.
Can we get the
streak.
voting back on the subreddit, maybe?
This is actually way easier.
So there's less cheating involved?
There's no voting and we have our system that works.
Yeah, the system
It
where
weeds
everyone
out-
cheats for Vinny. Yeah, I like
Apparently
that
people
system.
were
It's
trying
great.
to cheat for me
It's
and
great.
we weeded them out.
What a great system we have.
Weeded out all the cheaters.
Danny,
survey.
what happened? I was supporting you. I thought you were a great results girl. I was telling people to vote for you in my family, amongst my friends. And this is how you repay me? After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me.
I voted for you too a couple times. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right. Well, you're
You mean you
forgiven.
voted for him? You're supposed to be
No,
impartial.
no, Danny, you're forgiven. Thank you. Appreciate it.
God damn it. No respect. No respect.
All right, so that
This
means
is very disrespectful.
that means Vinny's taking the lead in this round 1-0. And of course, the way this show works is once somebody gets to 5, the other person has to spin the dreaded wheel of consequences. You can see right behind Vinny's fat moon head.
By the way, Karl, how is your book going? Have you started
Oh.
reading it yet?
Let me I want to give you a quick update.
Please.
So we did a bonus show, WATP bonus show on our Patreon yesterday, where I went back and listened to the earliest episode of the Southern John podcast that I could possibly find on the internet back in April of 2018. And an amazing discovery was made, Vinny.
What's that?
John was calling Anthony Cumia a moonhead. That makes 3 different people who are moonheads, according to Stuttering John.
Everybody but
Machete.
himself.
Mike Machete, Vinny Paulino, and Anthony Cumia are all moonheads. And yeah, the book report's going great. I can't wait to present that.
Anthony's got to be thrilled about that company. Poor Ants. What the fuck? He's comparing me to Machete and Paulino?
It's not great. It's not great.
Wow. Sorry, Ant.
Not good. Anyway, check that out. Patreon.com/these podcasts. Not the point. The point is, yes, I have a consequence, and I will be doing a book report on Helga Mann's book, Little Red Book.
Now, how is that going? Have you started reading it yet?
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love it.
Is it really good?
I have no idea. I'll get to it, though. We'll get to it.
Because if it's good, I'd like to.
I'll have
borrow it
time
and
on
read
the
it out.
airplane to read, Vinny.
That's fine.
I'll read it on the airplane. Oh, speaking of which, this weekend coming up is Memorial Day weekend here in the United
Yes, sir.
States. And do you know what that means? I bet Danny knows what that
Super
means.
Chat Monday?
It means it's Super Chat Monday. Every Monday before Memorial Day weekend is Super Chat Monday in this country. And so we appreciate when you guys celebrate with us for Super Chat Monday.
All right, folks. Bye, Danny. Great seeing you this week. You've done a marvelous job. Thank you for bringing the good news, or as I like to call it, the gospel. She brought the good news.
She brought the goods. I don't know about the good
winning.
news.
Okay. She did bring the goods. Thanks for stopping by, Danny. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Danny. We got to get an update on the cow bikini too from Danny.
Ask her. There she is.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I figured I could wear it or on here we could talk about doing something with it. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Wear it is probably the best thing to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did you just say, buddy? What did she just say?
I didn't catch it.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Talk to you soon, Danny.
Bye, Danny. You're going to want to get on our Patreon for the creep off is all I'm saying.
You're going to want to be on our Patreon anyway, just because it's filled with really great bonus content, like our episode we did last Friday. That's where you're supposed to go. Yes, it was a great episode, Vinny.
I'm so distracted right now. I apologize. I'm going to get focused. I'm focused now. Another amazing bonus show that we did.
So here's what just happened, everybody. Karl saw that Hulkamania gifted 10 Who Are These podcast memberships.
It wasn't
and
even
his
that.
eyes turned to money sides.
It wasn't even that.
He was totally like,
it wasn't even that, but I do appreciate it. I don't normally get distracted by the chat. I do appreciate that, though, from Hulkamania, who's been killing it for us, and we really do appreciate that. Thank you. It helps us out a ton.
It does. It does. But you know what helps us out even more? If you go to the Creep Off channel, you subscribe over there. But let's start a contest, Karl, because that's what everybody's here for.
Let's do it.
The world famous Creep Off competition. Ring that bell. I'm up first. Now, everybody's saying to me, Vinny, who's your creepiest gardener? Vinny, tell us the name of your creepiest gardener. Well, I can hear him now.
What's his name? Joel. Joel what? Rifkin.
Rifkin? Joel Rifkin?
Yeah.
The one and only Joel Rifkin, ladies and gentlemen, is my creep today. Did you know he was a gardener, Karl?
I did not.
I found that out through Google.
Wow.
Thanks,
It's amazing
Google.
what Google knows, isn't it?
Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a background on this guy. I'm not going to try to meander on it because he's a pretty heinous dude, and we'll get to all the fun stuff.
Great.
But he was the son of unwed teenage parents. He was a very brainy kid. He tested with an IQ of 128, even though he did very poorly in school. He was just a smart kid, not motivated.
Right.
They used to call him the turtle because he had like slunched over shoulders and he was kind of slow. Don't know if he had club feet or not, but he might have. I don't know. Slow footsteps, I assume.
I'm club fucking footed, you asswipe.
It's very offensive.
This
Vinny.
mistreatment, Karl, caused this young man to start retreating into his own disturbed world, okay?
Okay.
He started having daydreams about raping and stabbing women. Now, he was very inspired by the Alfred Hitchcock movie Frenzy, which I just bought. I'm going to watch this weekend. I can't wait to now after reading
This guy's story inspired you to watch the movie.
Yeah.
That started it all. Great.
Yeah. Rifkin became fixated on the idea of strangling prostitutes. Around the same time, his parents gave him a car. He started using the vehicle to troll for prostitutes in nearby Hempstead. He had not graduated high school yet.
Okay.
1977, he graduates, cannot cut in college, dude. Couple sporadic attempts. His best attempt came at a state school you may have heard of called SUNY Brockport.
Oh, I know about that school.
Yeah, he went to SUNY Brockport. And he worked as a photographer on the school's newspaper, The Stylist.
So I would imagine he's gainfully employed ever since, just like the rest of us. SUNY Brockport
He's making
alumni.
license plates and shit. He's got a job.
Nice. What a good school that is. What a great school.
It's the only place where he had a girlfriend. Fun
Do you know
fact.
that university is ranked #1 in the town of Brockport? It might be 2, but it's top 5 for sure.
I
that
thought
I
it was
know.
the junior high. I thought it was Brockport Junior.
It's top
High.
5. It's top 5. It's a pretty good school.
Whichever one Dan Viola teaches at. He was described by the one and only girlfriend he ever had at Brockport as a sweet but very depressed guy. Flunks out, goes back home. Through the 80s, he can't keep a job. He has terrible hygiene, chronic absenteeism, general ineptitude. He worked at a local music store, and the guy who owned the place described him as a total piece of work. He goes, this guy could barely count to 10.
I thought he had a high IQ. What's going on? I thought he went to Brockport.
That's
What's going
just
on?
the impression that he's giving his employers.
Okay.
Piece of shit. In his downtime, he basically mowed lawns, did classes at Nassau Community College. He dreamed of becoming a famous writer. He would write some very dark shit poetry that became increasingly more morbid. Now, here's a quote from him. At this time, I couldn't put two nickels together. The whole focus of my life, he later said, was on the streets. even there, he proved inept. Most of the time, everything I did with the money I had went to prostitutes. So all the money he was making mowing lawns and shit, he spent it on hookers, and he was bad at it. In fact, he was duped by the same girl twice. She got him up there, got the money up front, and then just left him.
That's rough. I would be pretty upset with all prostitutes if that happened to me.
Same girl.
I'd want to take it out on every prostitute if that happened to me. Not cool.
So by 1987, he's living in a home, and his dad, who he loves a lot, has cancer. He's sick, and he decides just to kill himself to get, because of the pain.
Okay.
Downhill from there. He drifted in and out of jobs. He's living with his parents still. But in 1987, he gets his first arrest in Hempstead, Long Island, after soliciting sex from an undercover policewoman. He escapes with a fine and keeps it away from his mom, so his mom doesn't find out that this happened. So now he's very nervous about his mother finding out that he's going to hookers all the time.
Is there anything worse than undercover cops pretending to be hookers?
Those are fun episodes of Cops.
That's a dick move. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's definitely a
dick move. And you know what? I've been a little bit too nice to the police on this show lately. That's a dick move. Stop it with that.
All right.
Guy's trying to get his dick sucked.
What he decides to do is, instead of rolling around Long Island, he starts heading up to Manhattan. Now, he would feel the urge. He started collecting books and press clippings about serial killers.
Okay.
He, including the unidentified Green River Killer at the time, and New York's own Arthur Shawcross. So a couple of his favorites.
This is before podcasts. And so these assholes who are all into true crime had to clip articles out.
Bunch of dorks.
It reminds me of you ever know anyone who played fantasy football before the internet? And they literally go through the newspaper and get all the stats and write it down on pieces of paper. And
I did know
out
people who did that. I had a teacher who did that.
Yeah.
He was very proud of it.
Yeah, it's fucking lame.
I remember that's when we were going, gay.
Yeah, it's too much, man. It's too much work.
I think that guy played football for UB. So he was kind of like a meathead, and really he was very proud of himself for doing the math on that, I think. So either way, Karl, he goes crazy because he enrolls back in college. He starts doing well.
Okay.
He does 2 semesters of straight A's, studying horticulture. He gets this great position as an intern at this greenhouse, planting seedlings, something he's very interested in. He meets this girl. He falls in love with her.
He's planting seeds in a greenhouse. That's what an amazing job.
Dude, for this fucking idiot,
it's great.
The guy who's he barely count to 10. He smells like shit. This fucking whoremonger.
Okay, fair enough. I'm happy for him.
I mean, the fact
that
his
his life around, I get it.
Dude, his dick was probably just dripping on the floors of this greenhouse, and they still let him plant the seedlings.
Good point.
So he concocts in his brain, because he's crazy, this elaborate fantasy. He's in love with this girl. She's the one for him. She's going to follow me. And he ends up becoming insanely frustrated by the fact that she's not returning this, and she doesn't see what a great guy he is.
Okay.
Which he's not. He's a piece of shit.
Right.
So that's always the rough part for these guys.
Well, how much money did he offer her? I mean, if you're going to Manhattan, these women cost more money.
I offered her $17. That's 6 lawns in 1970.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
So he's now very upset, and he acknowledges that his violent tendencies were feeling a little more intense than normal. So he just fucking quits and decides to go find some fucking whores.
Nice.
So he's
get it out of your system.
He's cruising Manhattan about 10 o'clock. He meets this woman named Susie. She was a hardcore drug addict. Remember, this guy's doesn't have a lot of money. He picks her up and she goes, "I'll tell you what, I'll do it for that money, but you got to take me to go pick up some crack on the way."
Sure.
Now, he waited to do this until his mother was out of town, by the way. I should add this.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to go to all these different stops trying to find crack for this fucking prostitute.
Oh, she doesn't know where to get it from?
Yeah. It ends up being a whole fucking thing.
See, that's annoying because I'm fine with giving you a ride to the dealer's house or wherever you got to go. But if you don't even know where you're going, I'm not going on that adventure with you.
So they get the crack. They go back to his mom's house.
Okay.
And they fuck. And apparently she was very, quote, listless. "Are you done yet? Oh, come on. I got things to do. I got to get more crack."
Yeah, I got crack to smoke, of course.
So they're done. And she goes, "Listen, I need you to go get me some more crack. Let's go get some more crack." And he's like, "You know what?" And he had this mortar, like this fake mortar, like shell.
Okay.
And he just picked up and bashed her brains in with it. Right.
Good.
There.
Because that
Right
is
there
annoying.
in his mother's living room.
Dude, when you're done banging a prostitute, this transaction is over. We're not doing anything. We're not hanging out afterwards. This isn't a date. All right. You got to go. It's over.
Yeah. He says he just lost control. He also claimed that he stopped when he, quote, got tired.
Okay. That's a good time to stop.
Yep. So apparently she was still alive, and she fought back when he tried to move her, biting one of his fingers before he strangled her to death. After wrestling her body into a plastic trash bag, he cleaned up the blood and signs of combat in the living room. Then laid down and slept for a couple hours as if nothing had happened.
Mm-hmm.
He dragged Susie down to the basement, draped her dead body across the washer and dryer, Carl, and then used those as like a makeshift operating table to dismember her body with an X-Acto knife.
Wow, that would take some time, I would imagine.
Well, thank God his mom was out of town for about a month.
Pretty skinny bitch, though, I would imagine, if she's a crackhead prostitute.
Yeah, he did say that he reduced himself to biology class.
Mm-hmm.
And to foil identification, he severed Susie's fingertips, pulled out her teeth with pliers, jammed her severed head into an old paint can, and the other parts were in garbage bags. And then he put them all into his mom's car and started driving around town, dropping them off places. He drove he drove to New Jersey, and he dropped them in the legs and the head in the woods near Hopewell.
So this guy never saw a mob movie and just cut the hands off and the head off. You don't have to remove each
then
fingertip.
leave the rest of it in the fucking street.
Right. You have to remove each fingertip and each tooth.
So he believed that he thought he was very careful here. No one was ever going to find out.
Yeah.
But here's a fun little side story that you're really going to enjoy. On March 5th, 1989, a member of the Hope Valley Golf Club sliced his ball into the woods along the 7th green and found the can containing Susie's head. Now, the news starts reporting this. This is during the time of the AIDS scare. Remember that?
I sure do.
It turns out that they, in the news articles, mentioned that this person, whoever it was unidentified, was HIV positive.
The person who sliced their ball?
No, the person whose head was in the jar was HIV positive.
I thought we were still talking about the golfer.
And let me tell you this right now. Joel was not happy about that. He was really fucking freaked out. He said he had a major anxiety attack after learning he was
Well, he wore a rubber, obviously. It's a crackhead prostitute, right? He had a rubber on?
Times were changing, but I don't know how fast they were changing for Joel.
Gotcha.
So it took him quite a while before he went back to hookers after that. About a year. He claimed his second victim, a prostitute named Julie Blackbird. Again, waiting until his mother goes out of town, he drives Blackbird back to his house.
Where's his mom going for a month at a time?
She had a job. She worked for some company.
Okay.
The next morning, he, as she's like getting ready to leave, he beats her with a table leg, strangles her, dismembers the corpse, this time in the bathtub. Then he placed the body parts in buckets, weighted with concrete, tossed the remains into the East River and into the Brooklyn Canal. They never found that person. So he opens up his own landscaping business at this time out of his mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
He's now officially in business.
Is it called Pushing Up the Daisies Landscaping?
It should have been.
Okay.
He starts renting space at a local nursery to store his gardening equipment, and he began using the rented job site to stash corpses, Carl, before he properly disposed of them. Among the victims during this time were a woman named Barbara Jacobs, Mary Ellen DeLuca, Young Lee. Rifkin would go on to strangle about 17 different women. Okay. And he would do this in spurts. Like he would get real amped up. He's killed 17 over 4 years. Shit. And he would just get the urge to fucking kill one. He would kill them. And he got really sloppy with the bodies, dude. Eventually he realized I didn't have to do all this work.
Yeah.
So you just throw them in a fucking field. For a while there, he came up with a really good one for 4 or 5 of them. He found these oil barrels, these old barrels at the nursery that he worked at. He said, "Can I have these for a project?" And like he loaded them into the back of his truck, and he would start putting the corpses in the barrels and just dumping them off in garbage dumps and shit.
Okay.
So he got smarter, and he also became
smarter, not harder, is what you're saying.
Yes, but he also became very cruel and systematic about this shit. For example, one of the women that he murdered, she was like 40. She was older. This was the oldest one.
Gross.
She blows him. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. She blows him and she finishes and she's like, "All right, thanks for the money." And he goes, "You know what? Yeah," and just would strangle her to death.
Mhm.
Would just fucking do his thing, and then kill them, like whatever, and then dump their body somewhere. He didn't give a shit. He became very.
What do you want him to do? Take her out to dinner first, Vinny? What are you talking about? This guy's murdering prostitutes. You're like, I don't like the way he's doing this.
Well,
of course he's gonna get a blowjob and then strangle her to death. What do you want?
Okay, of course he is. Of course I'm the problem here.
I love the true crime shows that have done all these types of stories and still act like, oh my God, he did what? Oh my God, that's crazy. It's just like, no, I know I've been down this road before. I get it.
I'm just saying he did it without thinking.
Yeah,
That's
I get
my
it.
point. It was just
sure.
That's the way his brain worked. Oh, blowjob choker, blowjob choker. So in June 1993, this is his last stand, Carl.
Okay.
He strangles a hooker named Tiffany Briscanti and drove her back to his mom's house.
Italian broad?
Yeah, probably. Down the wrong path, this one. So he stops at a couple stores on the way home for rope and tarp, with her corpse laying across the back seat of his mother's car. Now, his truck was in the shop at the time. He gets home, wraps her in the tarp, and conceals her in the trunk. After a while, he throws her into the garage. He left her in a wheelbarrow for 3 days. He fucking forgot.
Oh, no.
That he had her.
Because I'm going to tell you something. If you see a corpse in a wheelbarrow, you're not going to miss that. It's not hiding the corpse very well.
Well, that was kind of my point, was leading to this. Is this guy, it was just, that's what I do. And he slipped his mind.
He forgot about all the work that he had to put in after the fact. Yeah.
Correct. And he left this body in the summer, by the way. This is June.
Yeah.
In this little shed in his mom's house, wrapped in a tarp. So as you can imagine, this corpse got mushy. And he realized, oh, fuck, I forgot. So around 2 a.m., he loads the mushy corpse into the bed of his truck that he had just gotten back. And he's about 15 miles away from his house. But again, he had just got his truck back and they had done some work to the back of it. And they forgot to screw his license plate back onto the back.
That's a weird. Why would they take it off in the first place?
Because I guess they were.
There's no such thing as work it to do on a car. You have to take off the license plate in order to do the work.
I don't know who the fuck, unless you're replacing the bumper.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure.
But they had taken the plate off and the plate was in the cabin of the truck.
Okay.
He blames them. I don't know who I believe. The hooker killer or the guy at the shop. I've been robbed by guys at the shop. I've never been robbed by a hooker killer that I know of.
That's true.
So he gets pulled over. Cops see this. They shine their lights, and he's got a mushy corpse in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So cop chase. About 10 miles from there, they're chasing him, and eventually he tries to do a maneuver, and he crashes right into a light pole. Cops surround the car with the guns. They go, oh, my God, what the fuck is this smell? Ta-da! Surprise.
It's Tiffany.
It's Tiffany. And my maybe I'll throw in the Curb Your Enthusiasm music a little bit later, because he just goes, oh, sorry, guys. Oh, yeah.
They thought that it was like a serial killer.
He goes, boy, do I have a story for you guys. And they take him to jail, and he confesses, 17. They think it's a lot more because they went to his house. His mother was very surprised, by the way, when the cops show up.
They always say the mom always knows. She knows what's going on, but sometimes they don't.
Well, when they come walking out from upstairs carrying like bags of women's underwear and jewelry and their driver's licenses and all the shit that he got.
Bags of what, Vinny? What were the bags of?
Women's underwear.
Did you say women's underwear?
I did.
I like that.
I can't wait till we do Creepiest Drummer episode.
Guess what? Guess what?
What?
I like women's underwear.
We know.
Can you believe that?
So, from all of this, he confesses to everything. He still pleads not guilty, goes to trial, ends up with 201 years in prison. No possibility of parole. He ends up in Attica. But I do have a couple of fun facts because he's still alive and kicking up there.
Okay.
Now, they put him into solitary because he was a bit of a shit stirrer, and people apparently wanted to kill him for some reason. And they kept him in 23-hour confined solitary confinement.
I don't like prison.
Yeah, well, Lisa probably would have loved it compared to what she had to deal with. So he ends up trying to sue the state for $50,000 a day that he was in solitary and loses badly.
Okay.
The families of some of these women try to sue him. I don't know why. His parents may have had money is what they were going after, but he didn't have a pot to piss in. He was a deadbeat. The Orviato family sued him first for Lorraine's wrongful death. Now, Lorraine was the woman whose head was in the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
He called her Susie, but that was her real name was Lorraine. And he responded with a handwritten note to the legal brief going, she was an AIDS carrier who may have been responsible for the eventual deaths of numerous individuals.
Good point.
And he said, you should all be thanking me.
He did the right thing.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of fun.
Makes nothing but sense to me.
So the next time he makes headlines is in 1998 because New York State decided that it was a good idea to let some of these criminals make money off of their stories or whatever, but they had to give money to the victims' families. So they let him start selling his art.
Nice.
Because he starts painting. And there was a lot of sketches of flowers and stuff like that because he really did love gardens and flowers. That was
is he a better painter than Hunter Biden or worse? Which criminal's better at it?
I don't know. Who was the guy who was Hillary Clinton's campaign manager?
Oh, I don't know.
The guy who had all the creepy artwork?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, I can't remember his name.
I don't know.
This would fit in his collection. One of these paintings titled The Guardian's Failure showed a bare foot with a coroner's toe tag and an angel weeping in the corner.
This is not a joke.
Yeah, he was a real asshole. Not really repentant. And that is my creepiest gardener, Joel Rifkin. Everybody vote for Vinny this week.
All right, Vinny, what a fantastic presentation. I promise you that my book report consequence will not be anywhere near that long.
That better be longer.
Holy shit.
It better be longer, motherfucker.
20 minutes ago we started that. Let's hit some super chats real quick, and then I'll present my creep this week. Creepiest gardener is the category, starting with
new member Amy Lynn.
Well, why are we skipping Koof over here?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Koof.
Koof, thank you for not killing yourself. We appreciate that. You know, one day Koof's gonna stop showing up and we're gonna speculate.
I love Koof, and I hope Koof never goes to Greenland.
I wonder if Koof is coming to Vegas.
I would hope so.
Because Koof was in Philly.
I would hope Hulkamania comes to Vegas.
Yes, thank you again, Hulkamania, for gifting the 10 memberships. Amy Lynn became a member. Thank you, Amy Lynn. And remember, if you're a member on Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel, go to the community tab, and that's where you get all the bonus material, all the live shows. Everything we do is just for members there. Carl's Frosted Tips $2 says, Southern John threatens to kill his ex on YouTube. What a creep. Yeah, did you see that shit?
I did.
That was nuts. Like, John, turned into a different person. He's just like, oh yeah, she better not do that because that wouldn't be good for her or her family. It's like, whoa, that's nuts, buddy.
Isn't it your family too, dude?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I assume he's threatening Aaron. I don't know. It's crazy. Amanda Lynn Nappy became a member for 3 months. Thanks for the fun, boys. Looking great, Danny. Patreon member for way longer. Thank you very much, Amanda Lynn Nappy. And Danny appreciates it as well. Sheik Einstein. 10 somethings.
Yep. Matthew Raleigh, thanks for the $5. Is it me or does Carl look a little less gray today? Carl, I am tired of this losing streak. It's like being a Bills fan over here.
Yeah, no shit, Matthew. All right, let's get into it then. Because what Vinny brought was your run-of-the-mill kills hookers over dozens of years or dozens of hookers over
4 years, 17
multiple
over 4
years.
Those are numbers
we've heard this story before. Any true crime show is going to have that story. Oh, wow, they killed the hookers, huh? And no one knew because no one cared about hookers? Oh, wow, that's nuts. But what I brought to you is really the essence of the show, the creeps, because we do a true crime show that's for men. It's different than all the other shows that want to just be sensationalizing everything. I like to find creeps that do things that are abnormal, that are creepy. Killing hookers, it's happening right now. It's happening right now. It happens all the time. But what my creep did is truly creepy behavior. This is a landscaper who had a client, and the client is Fatima Perez.
Mm-hmm.
And Fatima Perez had $8,000 in cash to go buy a new car. And she says, I don't know anything about cars. But you know what? My landscaper, Carlos, that guy probably knows a lot about cars.
How handy.
Yeah, let's check out the news story on this in my clip number 1.
Okay, let me set this up for you, buddy.
And Chris, Fatima Perez had just gotten money to buy a new car when she met up with the 2 men who worked as landscapers in her neighborhood. Her family says she went to them for help in picking out a new vehicle, but instead prosecutors say they took her for a ride that led to her unthinkable murder.
Puke. Instead, they took her for a ride.
You don't like that presentation, Vinny?
Yeah, it's great.
You're not a fan of that?
Yeah, well.
Well, let's talk about the court case, the trial here, because it's pretty gruesome, the details that came out. My next clip.
The chilling account causing even the prosecutor to get choked up, detailing the gruesome murder in court.
Alisea Antonetti admitted to detectives that they put Ms. Perez in the hole, that they poured lime on her, and they buried her. He advised detectives that she was still alive when they buried her.
You could hear the sobs from Fatima Perez's family members as attorneys describe the mother of two's final moments, all while facing her accused killers, who investigators say confessed to burying the 41-year-old mother alive.
Now, Vinny, we talked about this on a recent episode. Being buried alive is the thing that nightmares come from. It's the most brutal way to die possibly, just getting buried while you're tied up with duct tape.
I'm sorry. I was just spending some time thinking about a nice ice cold Fatima with lime.
All right, let's go to my next clip here. Why do they do it, Vinny? What was the motivation here?
They say it began when Perez went to one of the suspects Monday with $8,000 cash, looking to buy a car.
Ortiz told detectives that Ms. Perez asked him to help her.
Instead, police say Carlos Alicia Antonetti and Ramon Ortiz admitted they used duct tape to cover her mouth, blindfold her, and tie her up in the back of a van. Investigators say the men then brought her to a wooded area in Monroe Township, Middlesex County, and then using a shovel, left her to die in a shallow grave.
If my sister had to fight for her life, the reason that she was fighting for was her kids.
Oh, gosh, a mother of two? This woman, she's finally made some money. She's doing well in life. Hey, I got some money. I'm going to get a car. I'll be able to drive my kids to soccer practice. All excited about it. And these assholes go, $8,000? Wow, that'll give us something to do for the next couple of weeks.
They got those same money symbols in their eyes that Carl got when
Yes.
he saw 10 super chats.
Correct. These guys are looking at her like she's Hulkamania or something. So this is very sad. You never want to see a mother with young children be buried alive and die.
Depends on the mother. I saw this one lady hitting her kids in Wegmans the other day.
Yeah,
I really
okay.
didn't mind. Throw her in a hole, toss some lime on her. I don't give a shit.
Fair enough. But yeah, so my last clip on here, just I feel very bad for these children. They're young.
Yeah, that's never good.
Perez's family now left trying to move forward with the painful task of explaining to her son she won't be coming home.
My nephew, he's only 7, so I don't think he can still understand what happened. It's been the worst 2 days in my life. It's horrible.
Yeah, what about your
And
sister?
Perez, who had come to the U.S. from Nicaragua 8 years ago, died from asphyxiation. Her alleged killers are being held on $5 million cash bail.
You see, Your Honor, technically the dirt killed her. They didn't tell the kid yet. Why are they trying to figure
I
out
know.
now?
It's like, she'll be home soon. You just stay with us. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a fun weekend together. Come on. Hang out with the auntie. Who loves hanging out with the auntie? Come on.
We're going to have a long sleepover
Here's
party.
the thing, Vinny. Eventually, kids stop asking. Just go, yeah, I don't know. You know what? What was that? 3 years ago we stopped seeing mom? Who knows what's going on?
Oh, yeah, I got to go. Why do I have to keep going to the court? Oh, I'll be home with pizza.
So here's the good news. Jurors also found special circumstances with regard to a first-degree murder charge, determining that it involved torture that exposed Alicia Antonetti to a mandatory life term. So he is serving life for the torture and murder of Fatima Perez.
Yeah. Imagine if he had done that 17 times.
Vote for me at thecreepoff.com.
Or you can vote for me at thecreepoff.com. All that matters is that you go there and feel free to check out our Patreon, our Supercast, our Backed By. It's all there. Hop on. Have some fun with us. Carl, you know what time it is?
Actually, before we do that, I
Okay.
brought in a little bonus video for us.
You did?
Yeah, somebody alerted me to this up on Twitter. And so I pulled this video, and it's about so I don't know if you've been reading the news or anything like that. Apparently, there's a lot of immigrants coming into the United States from the southern border. Did you know about this? Did you hear about this?
No. I thought we built that wall a couple years ago.
Didn't get done. So these people are coming over, and then they're being relocated to different places like New York City. But now New York City's getting overloaded. So now they're taking the people from New York City and they're moving them to Rochester. And this video, when Stuttering John says that we live in the armpit of New York, He might be onto something.
Oh no.
This is hilarious.
I don't know if I want to watch. Oh Christ. Here we go.
Yanidi Pena. She was overcome with emotions. She feels the weight of the world on her right now. It took her and her children a month and a half to get from El Salvador to Mexico, where they crossed the country into Texas. They got moved to New York City, and they were in a housing program that sent them here to Rochester. They arrived in January of this year and lived at the Holiday Inn downtown for 4 months, and they were moved here 3 weeks ago.
Muy traumática.
It's very traumatic.
Porque no creí.
She says it's been quite traumatic. Everything that was told to us to come to Monroe County, to Rochester, hasn't been fulfilled.
Do you like America?
Sí. Pero no Rochester.
But not Rochester.
No. No good Rochester.
Can you fucking believe that? That's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
No good Rochester. Hold
This
on a
woman like escaped wherever she was living that was a hellhole on earth to come to Rochester. She's like, why the fuck did I travel this far to get here? It sucks.
And she's here during like the spring and summer.
I was thinking the same thing when I saw this. This came out 3 days ago. I'm like, it's beautiful right now. This is the time to be here.
We somehow need to work this into a promo for DabbleCon too.
Yes, agreed.
But you left the country without a pot to piss in.
Yep.
And
then
you're living in a nice place where
the U.S., for whatever reason, we're putting up at the Holiday Inn. I was wondering how that place stayed in business. Apparently, it's how illegal migrants. They put it up in the Holiday Inn, and then they get him a house, and she's in a duplex now. She's like, this sucks. That's nuts.
What assholes we are.
Also, Vinny.
Yeah.
I know we were talking about weight earlier. If I had traveled from El Salvador to New York City, I feel like I would shed some lbs
in a month and a half. That's pretty good.
Yeah, in that process. So I don't know how you're still overweight at that point, but good on her.
You're a real prick sometimes. You know I'm trying.
Real quick, I just saw two super chats, and then we'll move
on.
on to our next segment. Amanda Lynn Nappy, $5 says 6 in a row, Vinny. I hate to admit it. SJ might be right when he says Karl is a loser. What? Amanda Lynn Nappy, you too? You've turned on me? He's turned on me.
The turn's happening.
The turn has happened. And Mr. Magenta saying, sorry, Kindia, I only make simp songs for Danny now. Wow.
Hey, you want to hear something great? Mr. Magenta sent in a brand new song today.
Did he?
I just got it. You want to hear it?
I do. Is it for Danny? Let's bring Danny back up on the screen.
It's not for Danny. It's he sent
Let's bring Danny back up on the screen anyway.
All right, no problem. Hey, Danny, we're going to play our brand new victim blame jingle. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, of course.
All right, here we go. Good answer.
Victim, blame me. No one said that someone murdered me. Yeah, you know that I deserved it, and that's alright. I probably was a huge man my whole life. Victim, blame me. Won't you come and put the blame on me?
Fantastic, Mr. Magenta.
The hit of the summer, Mr. Magenta.
That might be. Summer's young still, but that's great.
And don't forget to send Danny some more simp songs. She loves them.
I love them.
They're my favorite.
You heard the lady.
All right, let's get into a Karl's Cop Cam section.
Let's do it.
Do it.
I can't wait to see Karl's Cop Cam.
He said it.
The cops for no reason. Will you please show me Karl's Cop Cam? Lose all your rights. Ruin your life.
Vinny, I'm just going to call it today. I've been saying this a lot, but these police officers have way too much patience for these assholes, and it's impossible to be rooting for this person. Let's just get right into it. This is a longer video, but I cut it up into short clips. I think I'm going to capture the essence of what happens in this story.
I love it, Karl.
Let's go.
Let's go. First clip.
On April 11, 2023, police in Orange County, Florida respond to the scene of a single car accident at the Orlando International Airport.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am. Yes. Turn around, please. Hello.
Hello.
Is this your car?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. You got your license registration?
Yes, it's stuck.
You got your license and registration?
I do.
Can I
It
get
sucks.
it, please?
I'm at the airport. As you see, I was just hit by a car.
Okay.
So I'm on the phone with my insurance right now.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm trying to get into the
Did a
employee
car
parking
land
lot.
on you, or
I am trying to get into the employee parking lot. When I'm done with my insurance, I will get to you.
no?
Okay.
The what parking lot? The employee parking lot?
Yes, she does seem pretty intoxicated. Now they never test her for that, which I'm
She's-
surprised by.
She looks like the kind. She sounds young, but like we always see her from a kind of a distance here.
Yeah.
And she looks like the kind of old hag you'd come across in the woods, just like hunched over.
I was
like,
gonna say she's not hot enough to have this type of attitude
not
with
even
the
a little
police.
bit.
It's insane. So she is, if you're just listening to the show, she's blocking one of the entrances to get into the parking lot. And so they need her to move this car out of the way. And it's a single car accident. So she like skipped the curb or something and blew out her tires. And now she's acting like a car hit her because that's how that works.
Yeah, so that's why the cop said, "What did it land on you and pop the tires?"
Yeah, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
But you could tell she's got her back to the cop. She's like, "I'll get to you later." Very dismissive of the police officer. Way too patient with her. Should have put the handcuffs on at this point, in my opinion.
JFK's head shrug said, "She's talking to Jake from State Farm."
You're right.
Oh,
All right,
God.
let's keep this rolling.
Can't wait. I want to see what happens.
Where do
here.
you work at?
I work at the airport.
Where
I'm trying
at?
to clock in right here.
Where
the
at the
wheelchair
airport?
company at G2 for Southwest.
Okay. Great. So we can call your boss. That's great.
Right. So let me just park, please, so I can get out of the way.
You understand I'm a police officer,
Yes,
right?
I understand.
Okay.
I am
So
also
do you got your
a law
license and
enforcement-
registration?
Yes, I don't have it on me. I have
Okay.
it at G2.
All right.
Is where I'm supposed to clock in.
Where do you work? I work at the airport. Can you narrow it down a
For
little
the
bit
wheelchair
us?
company at Southwest. So then she starts to say, "I'm in law too. I police the."
Oh, she thinks she
chairs?
knows the law. She definitely, maybe she talks to TSA agents on her break or something because she thinks she knows everything there is to know about the law. Keep it rolling.
Oh man, I can't wait for this cop to call her boss. Oh, hag bitch. Yeah, we know her.
Like the fuck, bro? I was just hit.
I'm not your bro.
Oh,
No, obviously you're not my bro because I was just hit from behind me. All you're
Okay. Do
concerned
you need the
about
fire
is sitting at
department?
this
Are you
office.
injured? Do you need the fire department? Are you
I
injured?
don't know. I'm trying to make a phone call.
You don't know if you need a
No, I
fire
don't
department.
know because I'm not a doctor. If you'd like to call
Oh,
medical,
Would you like
God.
to?
yes.
Okay.
How do you have any patience for this? Do you need an ambulance? Do you need medical help? How would I know? I'm not even a doctor over here. Only doctors know when they're injured.
You know what, man? I used to really like cop cams. Now I hate it
Why is that?
because like it was easier to vilify the police until you see all the fucking attitude. that they
Yeah,
give.
it's crazy what they're dealing with here. So at that point, she is not showing her license to this police officer. He's like, "Do you have your license?" She's like, "No, there's a photo of it on my phone." He's like, "Well, can I see it?" She's like, "No, I'm using my phone right now." So he goes, "All right, I'm gonna have to write you a ticket for not having your license with you." She goes, "Fine, write a ticket. You know, it's one of these people. Go ahead, write me a ticket." He's like, "Okay." So he goes back to his car, writes a ticket, and then comes back over. And this has to be the most frustrating woman we've ever watched out here in my next clip.
More so than the screaming lady,
Ah.
the DoorDasher.
Can you act like an adult and answer his questions?
I'm asking you a question, and you answered my question with telling me to answer his question. So
Yes.
what's the answer? to
Because
my
I'm not here to answer your questions.
Oh,
You're here.
I'm not here to answer your questions. Ready to be difficult.
Let me see a copy of your driver's license,
She is annoying. So at this point,
I feel like a kid in class watching someone mouth off to the teacher.
right?
Now.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna get it. So at this point, they brought a fire truck here to the scene, and now she's going, "I don't need a fire truck." They're like, "Okay, so you're just wasting all of our time. Is that what your goal is here?" She's like, "I'm trying to get a tow truck." So she's on the phone. She's never talking to anyone on the phone, but she's always got the phone up, pretending like she's talking, and she's saying she's gonna get a tow truck.
She's perpetually about to make a phone call.
Right. And so they're like, "We'll call a tow truck." She's like, "Don't bother. I'm getting a tow truck." They're like, No. We're going to get a tow truck.
Yeah.
And so
when we call, they'll be here in about 3 seconds.
yes. So
There's
the tow
one on the other side of the airport, I'd wager.
So a flatbed tow truck arrives, and she is not going to let them tow her car.
Ma'am, it's on their property.
That's fine. I'll talk to you, not to you.
Yeah, well, I'm talking to you because you don't need to interfere with what he's doing.
I'm talking to him, not to you.
Ma'am, you do not have the right to approach him and interfere
What
with
is she
his
wearing?
job.
A fucking gunny sack? What is this outfit?
All right.
Yeah.
Get off. You need to get off. Just get off. Thank you.
All right.
Move. Back away.
This doesn't make it more.
Back away now.
What?
Or you'll be arrested for disobeying.
Arrest me.
Okay,
For what?
move on.
Uh-oh. The old, then arrest me then. You know how this ends, right,
Can
Vinny?
we just make this illegal? Can we just make smarting off to cops illegal? Being disrespectful to the police is now illegal and you go to jail.
How about just being an
Make it
annoying
easy.
C word? Can that be illegal?
According to statute number 472, we are putting you under arrest now for cuntiness.
Yes. That's the new statute that just came out. I know it doesn't seem like it's constitutional, but there you go. It happened.
Dr. Scotty Jones says she's wearing a gunty sack.
Dude, that's what she's going to work in, too.
Oh, my God. This must be a really nice wheelchair company.
All right. Clip number 6.
Is this Vegas? Is it the same one Shuli worked for?
I'm not touching you. You touch me, bitch. Right. Oh, words hurt your feelings?
What's that?
Words hurt your
Okay.
feelings? Oh.
Trespass warning. And then
You cannot tow a Tesla like this. This is legal damages you're causing. You cannot tow an electric car like this.
Oh, if it couldn't get worse, she's also an EV person. Fuck me. How annoying is this person? I'd hate to see her at a dinner party talking about how she's saving the world with her Tesla.
Man, I would love to buddy up with Elon Musk. So next time she's in her Tesla, I could just have him take over controls and drive her into an abutment.
He can't do that.
I know.
I know. That's a fun thing. To start a car company, we're like, I can kill any of my customers anytime I want.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. I wish I should have done that. All right. So, Vinny, you might have noticed that this woman is quite childish. I'm not sure what she's trying to accomplish with all of her sassing off, calling the police officers bitch.
She did call the cop a bitch, which is a very bold move.
Yeah, not a smart move, but it gets even more childish here.
You might want to give her some advice to behave if she doesn't want to go to jail.
FD, you can't arrest me for speaking back to you, officer.
Oh, no, we have other things we could arrest.
That's fine. So do it.
We don't arrest just because you want us to.
So do it. Or don't do it. I don't give a fuck.
Do you even have a legal driver's license?
Do you even have words that matter to me?
Wow.
Wow.
It just turned into the most childish conversation I've ever heard.
Skull!
Yeah, right? It reminds you of that, doesn't it?
Carl,
do you even have a driver's license?
I have to go through 2 Celsius a day just to make it through a show.
Oh, Vinny, we have to talk after the program. Sounds like you might have a problem.
It just might.
Although, if your wife wasn't cheating on you, I'd be surprised. Now that I think about it.
She would have had to have gotten past those locks.
Fair enough. All right. So at this point, and by the way, we're like an hour in of this stop. And so at this point, they present her with a trespassing notice. And she looks at it and says, well, there's no date or time of when I have to leave, so I can stay here as long as I want. And they go, no, this means that as of right now, you are trespassing and you need to go. You need to be removed. So then she gets even more childish.
Do you even have trespassing orders that matter to me?
Right. So then she gets even more childish and she decides she's just going to waste everybody's time.
Oh, I hate her so much.
So now they're trying to tow her car and she keeps getting into her car to get stuff. Oh, wait, I forgot my backpack. Oh, wait, I forgot my phone. Oh, wait, I forgot. So she's getting in and out of the car.
Oh, my God. All right.
Okay, you need to get out of the car then. Get out of the car so they can tow it. Okay, now she's refusing. If you don't get out of the car and leave the property, you can be arrested for trespass.
ma'am,
Get her, Farva.
this is the bus pass. All right. There's buses right down there. All right.
Yeah.
That's your option to get out of here. All right. So we need you to go and
Pero de verdad no entiendo. Tienen que probar
you're speaking English for a minute, so I know you understand me. Okay.
Entonces, ¿qué?
So here, take this ticket. Take it.
That's a fun move right there. I don't think I've seen that one before. Speaking perfect English for an hour, and then all of a sudden it's all Spanish. Like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Who does she think she is? Andy Kaufman? What is this?
Maybe this is a character that she's developing.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Yes. I'm so excited for the next clip.
Why is that?
I just saw the title of it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get there. Let's go.
This one's called Excessive Force. Finally.
Are you refusing to leave property? Are you
No. Go to the bus stop or walk off again.
Listen, I'm not.
All right.
Dennis.
Hey, that's my phone.
This is excessive force. Using excessive force. I'm not repeating shit.
So she wanted this to happen, it looks like.
Hey,
right?
everybody. She was just singing this summer's biggest hit. Nah, 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 nah. No, no, no.
Yes.
Pretty good.
So now, Vinny, what do all these people do when they finally get handcuffed? They're asking for it for over an hour.
Well,
it finally happens.
Can I guess?
What do you think they do?
Might there be something coming down the pike?
Oh, yes, for sure. And of course, they have to start yelling out that they are being harmed. Of
Yes.
course.
Time
They're
for-
being injured by this.
Time to call the lawyer.
You're hurting me.
Stop turning
You're
on her.
hurting me.
Face the car.
You're hurting me. You're hurting me. This is excessive force.
Spread your legs.
No.
Spread your legs.
Spread
your legs.
Excessive force.
Yeah.
My legs are shoulder width apart. You fucking bitch. All right?
Don't turn around.
I don't give a fuck what you have to say. I'm not
Stop.
resisting anything. I'm not
Don't
doing
turn
anything.
around.
My
Stop
fucking
pushing.
pants are stretchy at the waistband. All right? You're using excessive force. I have marks on my fucking wrists right now. You're being fucking arrested. You are being fucking sued for a lawsuit for excessive force.
There it is, Vinny. She tells the cops that they are being arrested and they are being sued with a lawsuit.
They were being all arresty.
Yes. Well, no, she's claiming that they're arrested.
Yeah,
I'm not arrested. You're arrested.
But she said, you guys are being all arresty.
It's fucking stupid.
She's really dumb.
She's really dumb.
Not a delight.
Keep it going.
I don't know if I trust her with senior citizens getting to their planes on time.
This woman knows the laws worse than Chili de Castro. Check out this next one.
Great.
It's punitive damages. You drop my phone on the ground if you don't get it up, and I don't get my contact numbers for America.
She's twisting and pull.
If you face the other way, we can adjust those cuffs.
I don't give a fuck.
So you
Get my phone. Get my number. Get my lawyer. You're fucking under arrest. You're both lawsuited, you fucking bitches.
You're both lawsuited, you fucking bitches.
You're both lawsuited.
Wow.
These cops don't seem as nervous as they should for getting, they're getting lawsuited and arrested right now. They don't seem to be too worried about it.
Special kind of stupid to yell. You're being lawsuited.
Yeah. Yeah. She's got to be on something. I can't imagine this is a person who's just heading into work.
I imagine that this girl graduated charm school and everything. And this must be drugs.
Probably not. Are we on the last clip?
Human trafficking, I believe.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is insane.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
If I don't get my phone off the ground, that's inhumane.
Okay.
You're keeping numbers from me.
All right.
That's human trafficking. My phone is on the ground. You need to get it right now because I don't speak English.
Okay.
Get my phone.
That was amazing. So if you don't have your phone with you, that's human trafficking. Do you know what human trafficking Dave Chappelle has been doing over these past years, Vinny?
A lot.
Oh, that's a lot of human trafficking where he's taking people's phones. They don't have their contact numbers.
I'm so fucking
Punitive
And then she
damages.
screams this, I don't speak
I
English.
don't speak English. She's amazing. It's a miracle. So
It's a goddamn nightmare.
yeah, she's a nightmare. So that's our Carl's Cop Cam this week. And
Do
these,
we know
these
what happened
kids,
to her? Hopefully they deported her back to
well, she's a U.S. citizen.
hell.
She's a U.S. citizen, but I believe she was arrested for both trespassing and resisting.
Good. Carl, I think it's time for some voicemails, and they're brought to us by our good friends in Syracuse.
All right.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by the city of Syracuse. Syracuse. Not only do we excel at getting women's blood out of hotel carpet, we have a degree program in it. Call us, Diddy. See you in Syracuse.
Nice.
Yeah, good point.
We got to get new music for that.
I know. We need to figure that out.
All right.
Maybe we'll get some Isotope something.
I have good Isotopes music for it. Remind me. What does that look for? Why? Because I said good?
No.
Okay, let me rephrase that. I have Isotopes music for it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Can't wait to hear what you got.
Motherfucker.
All right, Carl.
You know what they should have done with that migrant lady that we watched earlier? Put her in Syracuse for 6 months and then bring her to Rochester.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
Welcome back to heaven.
Every
you
single
whore.
person who moves from Syracuse to Rochester never goes back. They all love it here. That seems to be the move.
Yeah, take her to the mall. See if she digs it.
Vinny, Pat in Michigan, congratulations on the win. 5 in a row.
Thank you.
Amazing. I just had a thought as the results came in this week that seems like Carl's kind of turned into the Toronto Maple Leafs of the creep off.
Fuck you!
You know, highly capable, some would argue talented enough, but when it comes down to crunch time, he just kind of mails it in and shrivels up. I don't know what's going on with you, Karl, but I don't know. Got to get your head in the game. Maybe too many irons in the fire, baby. I don't know.
Wow.
Shape up.
Wow.
See ya.
While I do love the sentiment of the fact that the Maple Leafs do choke every year in the playoffs, which makes me happy. That is fight. Those are fighting words right there.
Wow.
That's rough.
Next time we're in Michigan, you're going to have to go track him down.
Hey, pals. This is Demarius Wankanoodle, your old buddy. I have a consequence. I was at my dad's, and we were watching his favorite movie, The Legend of Boggy Creek. I grew up watching that piece of junk. Anyway, there's an opening song that always creeped me out. It's called Hey Travis Crabtree, Nobody Hears the Flowers Bloom But Me. Oh, you creeps would love it. The consequence should be singing that song in a pretty dress with a hat and a purse. Listen to the song. It's on YouTube. It's gross, man. Ugh, you Grimmos would love it.
All right.
Thank you, Demarius.
No more cross-dressing as consequences, please.
Yeah, Carl. Really
God
can't
damn it.
handle
Those
that.
photos are they're going to follow me around the internet forever.
Yeah, I'm not going to play that song in here, but I will listen to it. We'll see if we can figure something out with that, just because I don't want to get hit with anything.
All right.
Hey, Carl and Vinny.
I got one more before you get it. Yours, Carl.
Love the show. So I've been getting into Primus, and there's a song called Hamburger Train. Carl, you need to add that to your win noises. Whenever you finally win, you sad bastard. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you too.
So, Hamburger Train.
Is that on? That's on. I know what album that is. Shit, I don't remember.
So, Hamburger Train, where that comes from, is Pee Wee Herman before he was Pee Wee Herman. Paul Rubin says that in a Cheech and Chong movie. He goes, "You're the guys from the Hamburger Train,
Pork
right?"
soda.
Yes, you're the guys from the Hamburger Train.
Got it.
And I should grab that. That's a great drop. Good call.
Hey, I just called a second ago and left a terrible message, and I think I can do better.
Okay.
Here's my song for the creep off. 1, 2, 3, and to the 4. 100-pound Vinny couldn't fit through his door, trying to make an entrance but not get stuck, because you know his tits are fat as fuck. Give him the microphone first before his heart bursts like a bubble. Titties and club feet together, now you know you in trouble. Ain't nothing but a creep thing, baby. I think I just seen Vinny eat a baby. The Carl Network is the label that pays me. Unweighable, so please don't try to weigh him. Love you, titties.
That you know what? I was a little offended. I was like, God damn it, that dude just laid it down.
He's got some flow, doesn't he?
Somebody grab that, slap some music behind it, and let's go.
He's got some flow. I'm going to play this. This is a longer one. I'll probably cut it off.
Okay.
I don't think this was meant to be played on air, which is why I think this is interesting.
Perfect.
Check this out.
Hey, Carl. I'm the guy who did the Anime Farquhar bits. I love that you put the first one up, but I'm a little disappointed that you didn't put the second one up. Maybe it was too long. I don't know. But what I was hoping is that it would be a trilogy. Is that, you would put the first one up, put the second one up, put the third one up, then I would go away for a while, and then I would do it again. And, we would just keep making fun of Vinny. The second one, the thing about it is that, like, at the end of it, I think I say something like, we said his name was Carl, but that's Vinny pretending to be Carl. That was the whole joke. The whole joke is you could have been like, Vinny, are you going around doing creepy stuff and pretending that you're me? That's not going to work. I'm just disappointed you didn't show it on the creep off.
I'm sorry, man.
That's all.
What is he talking about?
All right, so I don't even remember this, but I was playing a voicemail where they was talking about some news story about some store on Monroe Ave, and someone was doing something creepy, and then at the end it was revealed that it was you or something like that.
Okay.
It was hard to follow, and then another one came in, and it was even harder to follow. And then like that voicemail, I was supposed to know how to react to it and everything, and I apologize, sir. I appreciate your elaborate voicemail trilogy.
Sir, can you please just send those back to us in rap?
Yes.
Maybe we'll be able to understand it.
And then we got this one too.
Hey, Carl. I just wanted to call because I wanted to talk about the Ric Flair incident in Gainesville, Florida. I am a Gainesville native, and I work at a local news station here, and we did a story on this. So I have a little information about it I thought you'd want to hear. So Ric Flair is not from here. He was only visiting Gainesville, Florida because he was going to a graduation ceremony at University of Florida for a family member.
Okay.
And after the ceremony, they went to Paisanos to celebrate. And the local restaurant here, which I know the owners, and they are nice people.
Whatever.
So Ric Flair was obviously, I mean, you saw the video, he's being a dick. But he was mad. The issue where that started was when the kitchen manager was in the bathroom for what Ric Flair thought was way too long. So he got he started cursing at the kitchen manager, and I guess making fun of him because I guess he stunk up the bathroom.
Ric Flair called a poopy pants.
Yeah. But he's not from here. He's visiting, and
who cares if he's from there? I know where he's from. He lives in Atlanta.
Fun. Bye-bye.
What? I'm sorry. Did he correct us on something? Isn't that the story that we told?
Yeah. You could watch it on not last week's bonus episode, the week before that. We watched the whole video of Ric Flair calling out and arguing with the manager after they cut him off. And my favorite line is Ric Flair says to the guy, "Hey, pal, why don't we take this outside like men?" And the guy goes, "I would do that, but I'm on the clock." And Rick's response is, "You're on the pussy clock, pal."
That's right. That was a pretty good comeback. That was even better than that girl who had the vehicle accident at the airport and some of her comebacks.
Oh God. Rick also told the waitress to give herself $1,000 tip.
That's right.
Just to tell the manager to go fuck himself, which is such a Ric Flair 1984 move. It's hysterical. So,
hey, I just want to respond to Dwyard Christian in the chat.
Oh, what do you
I don't normally do this, but now it's up a little ways now. But he says, I got to see Primus perform in Niagara Falls and perform Over the Falls. That song fucking sucks. There's so many better songs on that album. Why is Over the Falls a single? Why was that does anyone like that song?
It was never one of my favorites.
No, it's not a good one.
I don't know how I missed this joke last week when we were talking about my creep who had a refrigerator full of penises.
Hey, Vinny, talk about a peck of pickled peckers.
I don't know how I missed that. I'm very upset with myself.
Yeah, that's why we have the listeners here
You're
to
all
help
the
us out.
best.
We
God bless
appreciate
you
it.
guys.
We appreciate it.
Podcast Prophet decided to say hello.
Podcast Prophet here. Spirit speaking through me. Vinny, you fucking fat piece of shit. Or Carl, you chickle-toothed motherfucker. Which one of you assholes played the wild card, bitches, at the beginning of the fucking show, indicating Vinny wins? You fucking ruined the whole... What's the point of having a fucking results girl if you're going to give the results away in the fucking intro?
Good point.
You fucking retards. Thank you, fuck you, bye. Oh, and it was short, so...
That word's illegal.
You know what, Vinny? That's actually a very good point because you also label it wild card. So we got to change that.
I got to think about that.
Yeah, we got to change that.
So what do I have to do? Not label episodes when somebody's on game point?
No. Well, we can talk about it. There's different options. We don't have to do a wild card after someone spins or when someone spins.
Well, that's been our
wheel.
tradition. Is the first week back?
Whatever. Traditions are made to be broken. That's not actually the saying.
No, it really
I know
wasn't.
I know that's not the saying.
All right, last voicemail.
All
This
right.
one just came in during the show. I have not listened to it yet, but we'll spin the dice.
No,
Not the
brother.
expression
This
either.
is Dorf Floyd calling from hell, where I belong.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Okay.
Nope. I'll listen to it later, probably chuckle, but nope.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
All right. We ready for Scum Parade?
Okay, Carl, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Before I play our Scum Parade song today, I believe TJ, a gentleman, started playing around with this AI music creator, and he used AI to make us a Scum Parade song.
Great.
It's a little long, and I don't know if I'm crazy about the AI music.
All right.
I like it when the listeners are super creative and do stuff. This is pretty cool, but he did it in a ska style, which always makes me laugh.
Okay.
So we'll play it a little bit. You tell me when to kill it.
Baby, throw his joint hands in the Scum Parade. Cannibals in the state of Florida. Oh, what a charade. In this wild carnival of chaos, the freaks come out to play. Karl and Vinnie lead the way. We're gonna scan till the break of day. We're moving to the rhythm, horns blaring in the air. Skanking to the tunes of rebellion. We don't have a care. The scum of society. We wear it with pride from the darkest corners. We all collide. Karl and Vinnie, they're the kings of this Scum Parade. Marching through the madness, never afraid. So put on your dancing shoes, let your worries fade. Join the skanky scum in this wild escapade.
All right, I'm killing it there.
I think if you give that to me, Vinny, I think I can edit it down to a nice little stinger for us.
Okay, I'll send it over to you.
It's got potential.
It does have potential.
It's got potential. You just reminded me.
I don't want to help AI along anymore, though. That's my.
I know. You just reminded me.
Thank you, TJ, for sending that in. You're a great dude.
I'm very excited to say I got my tickets for Noah Fox in Brooklyn in
shit.
July. And they're playing all of Punk and Drublic and all of War on Errorism at this show that I'm going to see, which are my two favorite albums.
War on Errorism is an album that I also really enjoyed.
Yes.
Okay.
They were very big into their George W. Bush ain't great phase at that
they
point.
didn't care for him. Not a lot of people did at the time.
Yeah.
He wasn't just an old grandpa making pictures of dogs for everybody.
No, back then that's not what he was up to.
Yeah.
That's true.
Question.
Yes.
Who are you going with?
Trucker Andy.
All right, never mind.
You want to go? You want
I
it?
don't want to go with Andy.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll stay back. That's fine. No, you guys have fun. Tell me how it goes.
I went to a baseball game with Andy once. That was enough.
Yeah. Oh, you went to a football game with him too, didn't you?
No, thank God I didn't have to hang out with him for that. I ended up hanging out with Cardiff at the football.
That's
game.
right. That's right.
Way worse. Way worse. If you told me Cardiff, I would have thrown up in my mouth. Just kidding. Cardiff and I are doing a show today at 8 o'clock. Check it out. But before we do anything, Carl, let's finish this show, shall we?
Yes.
Let's do the Scum Parade, folks. We're to start in Australia, Melbourne. The police are searching for a man who perceives to, quote, be Asian in appearance and age between 20 and 35 years old. There's an urgent manhunt underway after a woman and her baby were abducted outside of a shopping center by a knife-wielding gentleman that has not been identified yet. This man is on the loose. What he did was he grabbed the woman, threatened her, forcing her into her own car, into the driver's seat. He then got into the back seat alongside the woman's child and demanded she drive to a series of tech stores where she was forced to buy him Apple MacBooks.
You know the craziest part about this story, Vinny?
Is that Mac people are out of control.
No.
What?
This woman's driving a Suzuki. Did you know that there's still people driving cars made by Suzuki? I had no idea.
Oh, so she's a lesbian.
No, that's not. I think you're thinking of
Subaru.
Subaru.
Oh, god damn it. What a terrible joke. Suzuki, you're right.
Suzuki. I've not seen a car that's a Suzuki since the 80s, maybe?
No, they had those SUV. They had some Suzukis for a while there. They made a little bit of a comeback. It didn't last long.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right. I just thought that part was crazy. I'm like, listen,
they had like a little crossover SUV, the Vitara or something like that.
Like, I totally understand the whole thing where you get a knife and then you force a woman to drive you to different MacBook stores and buy different MacBooks and stuff like that. But in a Suzuki? Only in Australia is what I'm going to say. So yeah, so they went around to 4 different stores to buy MacBooks.
Yeah.
So
he would send her into the store and he would sit there and hold the knife on her baby and be like, "Yeah, I want the Pro. You understand? I want the Pro."
Well, that's what I was thinking because they ended up going to 4 different stores getting 4 different MacBooks. I'm guessing she got the specs wrong every fucking time. Like she gets back and okay, can you please leave now? And he's just like, 8 gigs of RAM. What am I going to do with this shit? 8 gigs of RAM. Thanks for nothing. Let's hit another store.
So listen, I want this to be said. If you are an Asian gentleman with a couple of shitty MacBooks and one good one, and you got them by holding a woman and her child at knife point, please turn yourself in by calling Crime Stoppers on 1-800-333-000 or submit a confidential report online at the Victoria Police Department's website. Turn yourself in, please. Take a bite out of crime.
And if you know who this person is, ask them if you can have one of their computers. They don't need 4 of them.
Good point. Ventura County, California, ladies and gentlemen. A man pled guilty to raping. Shit, I fucked up.
You fucked up.
Damn it. I want to play a game with you.
Damn it.
I'm not going to. Don't want to spoil that. Let's play a game.
Okay.
Carl, this man raped something.
Okay.
Do you want to guess what it was?
We're narrowing it down now.
Yeah. You want to guess what this gentleman raped? We were going to play a game called Guess What This Guy Did because look at this mugshot.
Yeah.
He looks
this
like
guy's
Guy
happy.
Fieri, the happiest he's ever been if he just like lost the tips and everything. Asian Guy Fieri.
Okay. So I got to figure out what he just put his dick in.
Yeah.
That got him this excited.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that guy looks like a poodle fucker. I'm going poodle fucker, Benny.
That's incorrect, Carl.
Damn it.
It was his own little sister.
Oh, God damn it.
Stephen Delacruz is 37 years old. He pled guilty to 8 felonies, including 3 counts of forcible rape, 3 counts of forcible oral copulation. That's right. He went down on his own sister. And 2 counts of sexual penetration by a foreign object. Remember that old dice joke? I was eating this girl's asshole, and she said, "Why are you eating my asshole?" And I said, "'Cause your pussy tastes like shit." Oh!
Pretty good joke.
I might go see Dyson next month.
Oh, where's he going to be?
Seneca, Niagara, I think, that shithole.
I would go to that.
You want to go to Dice?
I would go to that, yeah.
All right. We'll go to Dice. Done. So according to the Ventura County DA's office, in 2019, the victim walked into the Oxnard Police Department to report she was raped by her brother when she was 8 years old. The DA's office said Delacruz would isolate the victim in their house and threaten to kill her if she ever disclosed the crimes. He was often armed with a knife. They were about 6 years apart in age. The district attorney's office initially filed charges in juvenile court, alleging Delacruz was 14, 15 at the time of the crimes. However, the case was eventually transferred to adult court. So the issue here is this guy is 37 years old now. This is shit that happened when he was like 15.
Statute of limitations?
There is no statute of limitations when you rape your little sister. Okay?
Is that
you hear
true?
that, Tukey?
Is that true? Okay, so that's actually good to know. I feel like that should be a PSA. We're always telling people that human trafficking is bad and stuff like that, but why aren't we telling people like, don't rape your sister because you could get busted decades from now for it?
Yeah, you certainly can.
So what's he so happy about that?
That's what I don't understand.
The fuck?
Did they tell him he was getting his picture taken for a party and then go, by the way, here's your sister? Oh, dude, we got a creep report just came in, Carl.
Really?
Yeah. Douche of the Dabbleverse, thanks for the $5. Says, Carl, your brother told me he caught you slapping your bag to Helga and Lisa.
God damn it, Grant. You're telling everyone everything. It's getting real annoying. He's real loose lips on that one. My brother.
I love Grant. She's
fucked
a good
up.
guy. You know what he told me?
What did he tell you?
I will never defend my brother.
Yep.
I will never.
That's what he tells everyone. He goes around and goes, you know what? I think you're funny, though. I don't know why he goes after you. I'll never defend him.
That's what he said to me. He goes, Vinny, you're not that fat. I don't know why my brother always says this. He's fatter than you are now. You look great. That's what he told me.
I don't know. That my brother might have actually said. That's possible. That one I'll give you.
I remember he was wearing a Mountain Dew shirt. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it had to be him then. Yeah.
Had to be him. Had to be him. So this guy's going to be sentenced on June 27th. He can face up to 30 years in prison, which, you know, I'm fine with that.
That's fine.
Okay. A gentleman from the Congo by way of Germany, in Germany by way of the Congo. Let's get it correct. He was previously celebrated for his integration into German society after moving there.
Okay.
He was just sentenced to 9 years in prison.
9 years. Sounds like it'd be something pretty serious then, right?
It was. He was heralded as a success story, Carl. So that's what makes this so sad. He has been sentenced to 9 years in prison for raping and beating his own mother.
Yeah. When he was arrested, he goes, wait, that's illegal in this country?
Yeah. Moise Lahumbo, 30, received a sentence when the judge noted the cruelty of the crime. He committed the offense shortly after being released from prison for a drug-related crime. So this guy's definitely on the wrong path.
And he was celebrated earlier?
Yeah.
For being a model migrant?
They shouldn't have passed those lines of coke around that party, his celebrated party. It just took him down a bad path. So he threatened his mother with a knife in the apartment they shared, demanding sex and rejecting her desperate offer to just take money for a prostitute.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Mom, make with the pussy, Mom.
Oh, God, that's awful.
Come on.
Is she
give
hot?
it up.
How hot is she?
I don't know. So this guy's chasing his mom around. She's like, take the money. She's throwing it over his shoulder. Take the money. Go get a hooker. And he's like, nah, Ma.
Can I just point something out real quick?
Okay.
So this guy raped his mother after just getting out of jail for drug charges.
Yeah.
And he got 9 years?
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem like it should be more than that?
She must have been ugly.
Seems like a problem.
He must have think he suffered enough already.
Oh, maybe that's it. All right. Good
be.
point. Good point.
Yeah. So this gentleman is in a lot of trouble. He had been previously celebrated in Germany, as I said, for successful integration. He arrived in Europe at the age of 8. He had a history of aggression and criminal activity, but was later portrayed as having turned his life around.
Wait a second. The liberal media got a story about immigration wrong?
That's the point. That's
I can't believe it.
Here.
How's that possible?
They were just like, look at this guy. He was in jail a bunch. He's not in jail right now. He says he turned everything around. Get a camera over here.
They write a story. It's just like, why we need even more migrants who rape their moms.
Oh, and this is your mom? Hey, guys, could you cut out the part of him open mouth kissing her? Could you cut that part out of the... Good. We're live, sir.
Why is that always worse in my mind? Open mouth kissing is worse than having sex with your mom. Right? That's way worse. It doesn't make sense, but it does.
Oh, okay. His defense lawyer argued that he had consumed psychogenic substances and alcohol, impairing his judgment. So he's blaming the acid.
Yeah, it's not the
why
acid.
He found his mom's vagina so enticing. So he could have gone for the court rejected the defense's plea for psychiatric treatment. And they said, you know what? Just send him to jail for 9 years.
Just send him to jail. We'll let him out in 2.5 and we'll see what happens. It's fine.
Or, we could try to get to the bottom of this and let him talk about his mommy issues with a therapist.
No. Throw him in jail for a couple of months.
I mean, this is Germany, the land of Sigmund Freud. They should be able to really fucking help this guy. But they didn't want to do that. All right, Carl. I want you to meet this fucking pig monster.
Oh, boy.
This fucking disgusting... filthy. I don't describe this animal for me, Carl.
Okay, so this looks like not someone's mom, but someone's mom's sister.
Yep.
Who gets way too involved and has a book club.
Yep. And knits at a young age.
Definitely owns 3 or 4 cats. She's not sure either.
She's wearing a Cruella de Vil t-shirt.
Kind of a Disney dork. Not the kind of person you want to get stuck in a conversation with. In fact, you know what? Is that your creep this week, Vinny? I'm voting for you. Just based on her appearance alone.
Would you?
No.
Okay. Dwyer Christian, this is a good one. That annoying aunt that dragged you onto the dance floor at a wedding.
Yes. Nailed it.
Troy Smith, good point. Full bush for sure.
Oh, God. Who would even know?
She doesn't even know.
No one's been down there. No one.
Oh, man. So an online chat forum where depraved sadists would pay to watch videos of monkeys being put in blenders, burned, beaten, and doused in acid was masterminded in part by this unassuming bitch. Holly Legressley, 37 years old, today admitted she had uploaded 22 images and 132 videos to the site between March and May of 2022. Last year, the sordid global network of animal abusers were exposed after a year-long investigation by the BBC. They found individuals online were commissioning the depraved videos.
So, Vinny, the blender sounds awful, right? Putting monkeys in a blender.
It sounds like a punchline of a joke, though.
Sure. But I got to think that's better than being burned or doused with acid. What are your thoughts on that? What would you rather have out of those 3?
The acid?
You want your skin and bones to melt?
Fucking blender?
I don't know, man. I feel like the blender would just get it done.
Holy shit. And the winner is Troy Smith today. Hannah Fatsby.
Yes, perfect. Correct. I don't know how we didn't see that.
God damn it. Hannah Fatsby.
Speaking of unfunny, I watched Unfrosted last night. We can talk about it later.
Why?
Because I had to. I had to see what this thing was, and it's incredibly bad.
I'm not even like morbidly curious.
Oh, I was.
Can I ask this question? Was he trying to make a kid's movie?
It can't possibly be a kid's movie. There's too many adult references in it. Every single thing in it is for people who would be much too old to think that's entertaining.
Well, now Larry's available. Maybe they should get back together.
I don't think Larry's going to want to be anywhere near Jerry after that turd. After he threw that turd in the punch bowl. Vinny, my wife wanted to turn it off about 17 different times. I'm like, no, we're watching this fucking movie. I have to know why this was made. I have to know everything about it. I'll never watch it again.
You realize there's a camera here and you're describing spousal abuse.
You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, allegedly in Minecraft.
All right. This fucking evil woman. They said that there is a monkey-hating community, as it's known to its members.
It's called Compound Media.
Can I name this episode Compound Media?
If you want.
I might. Oh, God. So these people who live in Thailand and Indonesia apparently hate monkeys. Like they live there, they're around them, they fucking hate the fucking things. And so they're the ones who are commissioning these videos, as well as people who are really fucking sick and like watching this stuff. Now, the gore-obsessed woman who lives with her parents in the Midlands was discovered as part of a year-long probe into the global network of monsters. For years, their vile habits have gone unpunished, but now those caught indulging in the disturbing underground network could face jail time. Now, apart from her, they found 4 other people that were arrested. And as far as like one lady in Alabama who worked at a school.
Yeah, it's a weird, I've said this many times. The internet's not good for people. We're connecting people who should have never gotten connected in the natural world.
Yeah, there's a guy that he's described as a sadist. Michael McCartney was charged in Virginia with conspiracy to create and distribute the animal crushing footage.
You know, Vinny, in 1976, people who wanted to watch monkeys get tortured and put in blenders never met up. They never met someone else who was also into that.
Well, let me tell you about better times. In 1776, when you wanted to see a monkey get crushed, you had to buy a ticket.
That's true.
You couldn't just do it from your house.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
I didn't either.
I was like,
that was a really
1776.
weird choice.
Oh, where are we going with 1776? I wonder.
McCartney, dubbed the Torture King, was one of the 3 key distributors who was identified in the probe into the cruel monkey torture gangs. He managed multiple group chats for the monkey torture enthusiasts all over the world by using coded messaging app Telegram. If you know anybody who has Telegram on their phone, they're probably up to no good somewhere.
Yeah, they like to say that Telegram's this encrypted messaging service. I don't think it is. I think that the reason why they plant that is to get all the creeps to be like, oh, sweet, I can talk about all this shit over Telegram, and then they all get busted. But maybe I shouldn't be saying that. Maybe I'm ruining their plans.
Good point. This guy McCarthy is toothless from years of heroin addiction. He goes by Mike. He spent 2 decades with, I think, the Hells Angels or some motorcycle gang before going to prison. It was during the pandemic that he first stumbled upon monkey torture videos, and he was really into it. And he set up a Telegram group called Ape's Cage, and he set it up to be the ringleader, and his name was Mr. Ape.
Okay.
Or for a gentleman by the name of Mr. Ape, whose identity has not been revealed.
That's very offensive. Monkeys and apes are not the same. People who think that they're the same, it's just not the case.
This forum was filled with polls asking members which form of torture they wanted to see next. Hammers, screwdrivers, terrible fucking things.
You know what I liked about this article, Vinny?
What?
How many times they reiterated that this woman lives at home with her mom and dad still. They must mention that in every paragraph.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah.
Jake Hudson's putting you in your place.
Whoa, what's going on, Jake? I thought we were friends. I was, him and I were just emailing about me doing his show.
Wow. Well, apparently you're not invited anymore.
Oh, no. I don't know what I did.
I imagine you ran your mouth. Now,
Jake Hudson was in the chat going, let me on or let me up, right? He wanted to, he wanted us to send him the link or something. He doesn't realize that we're doing the creep off. This isn't a random house party, come in and hang out with us type of show.
Yeah. We don't give listeners the link on the show.
No,
that's not something that happens.
This is not MLC. You don't just go from a chatter to a regular co-host.
Yeah. Not cool, Jake. Not cool. You come on here and you attack my co-host. Let me tell you something. When you attack my co-host, you're attacking me, daddy.
I was wondering where you're. Okay. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going to happen here? Yeah. This is not going to last.
Now, let's see how long it takes for Carl to defend me next time someone asks him to play the Vinny's Fat song. Oh, hold on.
You want to hear Vinny's Fat? I got that right here, actually. Keep giving me that fat finger, Vinny.
Vinny's fat around. He has to weigh at least 600 pounds. Vinny's fat.
Vinny, let's get caught up on these super chats. There was a couple that snuck through there.
Okay.
When we weren't paying attention.
Let's do that. Hey, man. This one came in from Amanda Lynn Nappy. Thanks for the $9.99. This super chat is on behalf of Mr. Magenta. What a talent. The Cowboys still have fans, and I'm still Team Carl.
Nice. Thank you, Amanda Lynn Nappy. I'll let you down, but stick with it.
Hey, Dang Lizard. Nice to see you today. Thanks for the €5. K-Man, your super chats, your super cuts dye job doesn't look too good. Leave them gray. It's not like you had to cover frosted tips or something. No more just for grays.
So this is interesting because depending on the white, my hair looks every different type of color. People always accuse me. I saw people were accusing me of dyeing my beard. Vinny, I don't dye my hair except for the one time because I lost a bet to Bob Levy, but I don't dye my hair ever. promise you that.
Make the first post spin be wild card. That's kind of what we do. Hamilton
Make
Burger.
the first. Oh no, he's saying post spin. So he's saying that we spin the wheel after somebody wins, and then the next episode's wild card.
Oh, okay.
That way
Got
we
it.
won't give it away. That's
Got
one
it.
way to do it.
Okay. All right. Douche of the Dabbleverse. Thanks for the $5. Carl, your brother told me he caught you slapping your bag to Helga and Lisa. Yeah, we got that one. I just wanted to read it again.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Hey,
you know what? Guess what?
I'm flattered.
This guy's slapping his bag. Can you believe that? Were you the one who, I think you're the one who messaged me and said that Ray DeVito's Lisa Boswell impression is the worst thing you've ever heard?
That was the worst episode of your show I've ever heard in my life.
Well,
That
I
was
wasn't even going there. I'm just saying.
Also, I'll do it. Our
It's
listeners told you enough. What the fuck was that? I mean, does this man not understand anything about how to be a co-host?
No.
And I'm telling you something right now. I'm a bad co-host. This guy fucking sandbagged you every 5 seconds. He's worse than Cardiff.
This is my favorite example of that. Where we're talking about this UFO podcast, and the guy brings up that he's friends with Kirk Hammett from Metallica, and that Kirk Hammett's really into UFO stuff. And so I brought up how Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 quit music to be a UFO reporter for a while. It's pretty well known. And Ray DeVito goes, "Yeah, I don't know if their songs really stand up. You know what I mean? They were great when they came out, but now I don't know. It's like these old guys are singing about high school and stuff, you know?"
And then he followed up with Green Day holds up.
Green Day holds up. You know what I mean, Carl? I'm like, is this a 90s pop punk discussion that we're having? All of a sudden,
Ray,
what just happened?
Two sides of the same retarded coin, okay?
It was crazy. And he wanted to talk about Weezer albums and which ones were good. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I really like the White Album. It came out a little later there. That one was good.
I mean, the Green Album's got some hits on it, though, Carl. Yeah, I'm sure. Can we talk about this UFO sighting now?
And what are you doing? Doing an expo? What is this? 60 minutes you have on your shit? You're doing an expose on UFOs? What the fuck were you thinking?
You didn't like that either?
No.
I was hoping that Ray would have some funny takes on UFOs. And I go, "Wait, what's your take on UFOs?" He's like, "I bet there's life out there, man. You see all those stars in the sky? That's a lot of stars. There's probably life out there." I'm like, okay, Jesus. The weakest take ever.
Jesus Christ, Carl.
Uh.
Well, that's this ugly woman who hopefully will go to jail for the rest of her life. Don't hurt animals. That's our number
Stop
one rule.
torturing animals.
Don't hurt
everybody.
animals. Be nice to animals.
Unless they're the
please.
dog that lived next door to me that barks every morning at 6 a.m. If you're not that dog, you should not be tortured, in my opinion.
A few years ago in the spring, my neighbor started feeding feral cats for some reason, putting cat food out on her front step.
Sure. What do you mean for some reason? It's because they care.
Fuck you right the fuck off. These cats decided on the other side of my fence to have kittens that were just back there to make my dog go goddamn insane.
Oh, no, that sucks.
Oh, fucking A. I hate animals outside. Adopt them and love them, but be nice to them. Thanks, everybody. That's my message today. Carl, is there anything else we need to cover?
No,
Hackmania.com.
Hackmania. We now have tickets available to stream Hackmania. If you can't be there in Vegas with us, you can still watch all of the programming. If you use our promo code, this got very convoluted today, I have to say, on Melton's show, but I heard him explaining this. If you use our promo code, then we get all the proceeds. I believe is what he said.
Oh.
But then he said, depending on what you watch. So maybe it has nothing to do with the promo code. I think he said, depending on what you watch, the people that you watch will get the money. So if you watch just the Creep Off and Nobody Likes Onions, then your money is divvied up between those two programs.
Okay.
So he said, if you hate Carl and you don't want to watch Who These podcasts, he won't get a penny of it. Is the exact example that Patrick Melton gave today. He's like, I know a lot of people are messaging me.
So what? I got to get dragged down with you?
A lot of people. He goes, a lot of people messaging me. They hate Carl. They don't want to see Carl. Don't worry, Carl won't get your money.
Got to fucking unhitch my
So
wagon.
So actually, I'll bring this up. We know that Rock Bottom Podcast will be there in Vegas with us, Ray DeVito. If you don't watch his program, he won't get a penny. So please buy the online streaming package, use the promo code CREEP, and check out the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Biggest Problem in the Universe is happening Friday night.
Very exciting.
Stand-up comedy show, including my buddy Vinnie Paulino on that. My brother's doing stand-up. Jerry's doing stand-up. Jerry from Binghamton has got a set he's doing.
I don't want to blow his cover, but sent me a text this week.
Jerry
with some
did?
very exciting news. I'll tell you off air. I don't know if I'm allowed to share it.
All
but
right.
He might not be from Binghamton anymore.
Nice.
He might be from somewhere a little closer.
Nice. Syracuse.
Maybe a little closer.
Okay. Well, after he watched what that migrant thinks about this place, he might want to think twice about it.
Yeah, I'd rather go live in Batavia. Ugh. All right, kids. Thanks for watching. We will be back next week with a
If you moved to
new
Batavia,
episode.
you know what your nickname would be? Batavia Downs. That's a local joke. No one's going to get that.
I forgot about that joke. I haven't heard it in so long. Don't forget, you go to creepoff.com to vote. And most importantly, folks, thanks for supporting the show. We'll be back with a bonus episode on Friday and a regular episode on Monday. It's nice to be important.
It's more important to be nice.
Gia.